So let's talk grants, growth, and getting ready with Dr. GiTonya Parker, who is here with us in the virtual studio. Let me tell you what, if you're thinking about where can I get money for my nonprofit? Where can I find money for my small business or my organization? Where can my college find money? Listen, you are in the right place. It's going to be juicy. Go ahead and type money in the comments. Like if you're watching this live, if you're watching this later, go ahead and type money. We're going to be getting right into it. Right after this quick intro, we're excited to have you here on episode 790 of the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.
Whoa. Why y'all so happy?
You don't know? Sharvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Sharvette Mitchell.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting live from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia, but heard and seen all across the World Wide Web. And let me tell you what, on this episode, you want to keep it locked right on in here because we're going to be talking about grant, growth, and getting ready with Dr. Jai, not a stranger to the show, not a stranger to our stages for our Platform Builder Summits. So we're excited that we get to grab her here. If you are new to us, go ahead and let us know in the comments. And listen, if you're over on YouTube, listen, subscribe to our channel. Welcome to our channel and subscribe because we know you love the content right over here. Shout out to Roberto coming in from New York. Hello, Roberto, Maryland. Welcome. Listen, we cannot do this without my mother. She's always holding it down. Hey, Mom. Hey there. Hey, Dr. Ross over on LinkedIn. Listen, she's dropping money in the chat. Listen, Miss Betty is dropping money in the chat. Hello, Kim. Hello, Joe. Hello, Deborah. Coming on in. We are excited to have you because I'm telling you, this is a conversation literally. All of our business owners, you all know that we cater to you because the goal of this show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we do that with guests and we do that with topics. So small business owners, you want to keep it locked in because I know you want to say, hey, are grants just for nonprofits? Oh, we're going to talk about it. But our nonprofit and not-for-profit leaders, keep it locked in right here because this segment has something just for you. And it is brought to you by our webinar series that we have happening. And literally, right after this show, I got to go to the other side of the studio and jump right on into our 7 p.m. webinar that we are hosting for our therapists and licensed mental health professionals all around marketing and a visibility framework that I'm going to be sharing with them. It's open to women therapists. And again, those that are licensed mental health professionals, women, we want to talk about visibility and all the things. So you can jump over. Actually, if you're listening on Sharvette.com, you can see there is a link right there. It's also on all of our pages. So hopefully I will see you tonight in our webinar at 7 p.m. Eastern, or you can check us out January 31st, which is a Saturday at 10 in the morning. You know, we gave y'all a couple options to, make sure that you were able to join. Listen, hey girl, hey April, thank you for coming on in. Hello, Karina, thank you for being here. Thank you. This is our studio jacket. Hey, Deborah, thank you so much. It's so good to see you. All right, listen, let me introduce our guest, bring her on in. Thank you for those that are hanging out and checking us out on Instagram as well. We are excited that you are here for Let's Talk Grants, Growth, and Getting Ready with Dr. Jai. So let me introduce her. Her full bio is over on Sharvette.com, or you can look down in the show notes and see it there. Dr. GiTonya Parker, commonly known as Dr. Jai, is a seasoned grants management expert, educator, and nonprofit capacity building strategist with nearly 30 years of experience working with federal, state, and local government funding. She currently serves as a municipal grants coordinator, managing millions, somebody type millions in the chat, millions in annual grant funding. And she is also the founder of Granted, a consulting brand focused on assisting small businesses, nonprofits, and small to mid-size HBCUs in enhancing their grant readiness, their funding strategies, and their compliance systems. Dr. Jai combines really her technical expertise with heartfelt leadership. She holds a doctorate in organizational leadership. She is also an adjunct professor, public speaker, and trusted technical assistance provider. You can see her on stages. You can see her hosting webinars. You can see her hosting workshops and all of that. Put your hands together as we bring Dr. GiTonya Parker live on the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Let's talk about the money. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey, what's happening, Sharvette?
Listen, I love it. It's all good. Wait a minute, but the audience is clapping. We see your. Wait a minute,
y'all.
The audience is clapping.
Let's get it. Let's go.
Listen, the audience is clapping. No, they still clapping. They still clapping. We're excited. I love it. Listen, hey, Darrell, glad to see you. Hey, girl. Hey, listen, millions. We type in millions. We type in millions.
Millions.
So before I get ahead of myself, let's just go ahead and break it down. We're gonna jump right on in. Let's talk about what is a grant, because we want to make sure people know, like, because some people are like, what's the difference between that and the loan? What's the difference between? Talk about what exactly is a grant.
All right, simply put, a grant is money. It is money, but it's money that you don't have to pay back. Now, that's the key. You don't have to pay it back. Now, do you have to work for it? Absolutely. You have to work for it. It's not all free because you are putting in some sweat equity, but it is money. It is free money to help you support your businesses, support your small to mid-sized HBCU, to support your nonprofit. So it is actually money.
All right, there you go. Quick insight there. And so you have nearly 30 years in grant management across federal, state, and local levels. And so what are the major shifts you have seen really in the grant landscape recently?
The major shift is the national shift. So most people aren't aware of what happens nationally because you're worried about where the money resides, right? You want to get the money, you want to know where it is and how to find it. But I am worried about what's in the background. So in the background are our national leaders. They're shifting. So we have a new national president, which means our grant funding will shift. We have a new governor, which means you'll see some changes in our state funding. So be aware of the landscape on a national and a state level. It will impact what you do in your business. It will impact what you do in your nonprofit. It will impact every aspect of grant because they're going to be making some important changes. So as they make those changes, read through all of the documentation because it may not be what it used to be because you have someone else in charge.
All right. And so can we talk about the potential? And I want to actually talk about this from a small business standpoint and talk about it from a nonprofit standpoint. And there might be some ministries here, and I'd love you if you were able to talk about that. So from a small business standpoint, what is the possibility? I'd love to just what's, because some people might be like, well, is it worth me even looking into grants?
Look, so let's be real transparent. So here's the thing. Grants, it takes a lot to put together a proposal. So for small businesses, it is worth it if you have sustainability in mind. I saw a content creator today. She said, you need to make sure you structure your business for sustainability. So if you're not structuring your business for sustainability, you are wasting your time. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Amen.
Your time. You need to think about how you're going to manage this in the years to come. So we're excited about the money. We want to find it, but then how are you going to sustain it and manage it? So that's the issue with small businesses. They have a lack of resources or lack of people, or they're strained in ways that bigger organizations are not. So they're looking for the money, but how do you sustain it? So that's where someone like me, a grant management solutions expert, comes in, because I'll help you figure out a fund development strategy, because you need more than grants to sustain your business. You need to make sure that you have multiple streams of revenue, not just grants, but how about some angel investors? How about some donors, some sponsors? So you may have to have a campaign to really get your business off the ground. So small businesses, you got some work to do. You got to add multiple streams to your platform. You got to do it.
Got to do it. And so so for a small business, what kind of money, what kind of range are you seeing for grants? Like $200, 200 million? Like what kind of range are you seeing?
All right. For your small businesses, the key word is everybody talks about startup. They call me and they say, "Jai, I want to start a business," right? And so the startups, it's a heavily saturated space. So everybody is applying for the same funds. You've seen them out there. You've seen Galaxy. You've seen the same FedEx. You've seen these same grants. Well, guess what? Everybody in the nation is applying for the same money. So guess what? You want to make sure that you are in a position where you understand that, because the money is going to be $1,000, probably. The minimum probably $500. The max 10,000. Sometimes you'll find a 20,000, 25,000, but the more money, the more the application. So you're going to have more work to do, the more money you're going to get. So what you're going to see is embedded applications on a portal. And in that portal, they'll ask you to complete the application, probably take you 10 minutes. But again, everybody is applying for the same funding. So they'll pick 10 people every month occurring.
Got it. And so for small businesses, do you recommend that they look other places other than kind of the saturated ones?
You know what? Here's the thing. I don't know why people forget about Google. But Google is a real thing. Google is bad, y'all. So look, go ahead and Google what you want. So people call me, they say, "Jai, look, I want to find some money in a food truck." I just put that out, right? Put that in Google, money for a food truck. And so what'll come up is money for agriculture. It'll come up money for farmers. It'll come up for underserved communities. It'll come up in a different way. But if you just Google it, it's right there. It's right there. So make sure that you just put it out there. Put it in all your AI solutions. Use AI. It's bae. It's our bestie, right? So use AI. Put the information in Google. And what you'll find is that there's money out there, but you have to search in a creative way. So not everything is going to be in your face. You have to search in a creative way. So you may be talking about a program for boys, but I may look at it as youth activities, after school programs that mentors, so just kind of being creative about how you look for funding. So Google it, y'all.
All right.
Google it, pull it in AI, use those sources, use those solutions. They're right at our fingertips. But we get nervous about it. I know what happens. We get nervous about if it's real, if it makes sense. Yeah. If it's real, like the scammers that are out there. That's a whole conversation. So I get it. I get why people are scared to even look. But Google is your friend.
So with the money from a ceiling, like it could be, you could go up the ceiling with the amount of money so that's small business. So let's talk about nonprofit and not-for-profit, because the foundations, even though there was some lockup at the federal level, you're seeing foundations step up and step into play.
Just today, I was looking at we have a huge platform to search for grants, right? Now, I get it that's a lot of money to pay for, like $80,000 to pay for these solutions. So a nonprofit organization may not have that yet to pay for that kind of solution. But when you look in now, because the landscape has changed, we discussed that earlier, you see more in your private foundations. So I always tell people, look around your house. What you see in your house, what you use every day, like Procter & Gamble, they have a foundation, right? All the cereal that you eat, they got a foundation, right? So they have foundations out there giving away money. Now, sometimes it's going to be as small as $5,000, but then there are times when there are huge projects. Like today, I saw a huge project. It was for mentoring, and it was $500,000. Like, imagine that. Now, they're only giving away 2 awards. But it's still $500,000, all coming from a foundation. It was 3 foundations in one. So you're finding that now as well, that foundations are collaborating to give away money, because Walmart was included in this foundation.
Wow. And
you're seeing the collaborations and creativity around giving away money.
All right. So that's the nonprofit side. What about ministries and churches? Are they in this conversation? Or are they out this grant conversation?
Listen, so ministries and churches are in the conversation. Faith-based organizations. What I love about faith-based organizations is that they find amazing opportunities because they're under an umbrella. So there are layers to the funding. So not only is it a denomination, but it can be the umbrella of the entire church or the faith-based organization. So the diocese or the Baptist General Convention, or so you have an umbrella where you can even apply to them and they may subgrant it to you. So it's layers to the funding. So be very creative about where you look for the money. But faith-based organizations really have an advantage because you are a 503(7) or a 503. Like you have different statuses that you kind of come under. So lots of funding there. Like I know of an organization or a faith-based organization, they got some money, millions of dollars, right? Yeah. And guess what they became? They became the intermediary for other churches to apply under them.
All right.
It's funding out there. It's funding.
All right. Somebody type funding, somebody type funding, somebody type funding. And certainly what I love, Dr. GiTonya, is I hear your passion, like you 30 years in this field. Your passion absolutely, comes out and comes across as, where you're talking about. And so you are always really talking about making sure organizations are prepared for this. So if you go out there and you're looking for funding, looking for grants, you've already clarified money is out there on all. We talked about small business, nonprofit, and ministry. So what does true grant readiness look like? Even with a proposal that they're filling out, a proposal to respond to a grant request.
This is my wheelhouse. So preparation is my wheelhouse. I'm always talking about getting ready because 9 times out of 10, when you reach out to me, you are in the space of it's premature. So your thoughts are premature. You're thinking about, this is what I want to do, GiTonya. This is what I love, but you haven't yet reached that point of putting it all on paper. So I'm going to ask you to send me a budget. I'm going to ask you to send me your business plan. Now, if you are kind of prematurely thinking about this and you're not ready for that, it can be a 1-pager. It doesn't have to be 10 pages. It can just be 1 page explaining what you love, what you do, and how much it costs. That's a start. From there, we can run you through all the different pieces of getting ready. So sustainability is my other wheelhouse, because if you can't sustain it, then guess what? That money is going to run out. 1 year, the grant funding can be available. The next year, it may not be available. So what are your goals around sustaining this project or this service or this, program beyond the grant? If you're ready, then what happens is if you have a national shift or a state shift, you will be ready to be at the minimal level. So the maximum is the grant money. The minimum is, this week or this year, we may have to have a smaller scale instead of a larger scale. I had a great consultation recently with someone who gave me a 5-year plan. First year was fully grant funded. Second year, we're going to come 20% and not do as much grant funding. Third year, we're going to get to 30%. So really have a plan that ends up with you fully sustaining your programs and your projects and your services.
Great. And so we want to think about grants. It's like that added money. Like no one would want to think about only surviving. And this is a business, a not-for-profit, nonprofit, or certainly ministry where you are only going to be looking for and surviving just off of, grants. So that leads kind of into the growth part. So talking about grants, what do you want to say about the growth part of this segment?
Look, so here's the thing. The more experienced that you are, the better. Like grant is trial and error, y'all. I wish I could tell you that one day I woke up and I had it all. I didn't. My first grant, I wrote it in 1996. It was at the YMCA, needed a step team. GiTonya, we need some money. I'm like, what? Y'all don't have no money for the step team. So I had to find this money. All I did was write a small grant for $2,500 and got it, right? Other grants in between failed, didn't get it. Did it again, didn't get it. My next big grant was with Capital One, full circle, right, for $250,000. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, let me keep working at this skill. So you have to learn how to figure out what works for you, what doesn't work for you. But here's the thing, I also got some good training in there too. So technical writing and training and getting help from other people and resources. That's the way you continue to grow in this industry, because success comes from learning how to do it again and again and again until you get what you need. So listen, when I got that first $1.5 million grant,
Come on, receipts.
Blew my mind. Blew my mind, right? Because it took a lot of effort. It takes a lot of iterative conversations. You're going back and forth. You should not be writing a grant alone. Never.
Oh, so
You should
good.
always write a grant with someone else.
Good.
Someone reading, someone editing. So that's how you grow in this industry. It took a lot of, oh my gosh, I had some bad moments. I wish I could say it was all good, but it wasn't. I missed the report and that, oh my gosh, messed me all up, right?
Ooh.
So you have to understand that grants are bigger than just getting that one-time check. It's bigger than that. You have to sustain it. You have to grow. You have to learn how to do this and how to do it well.
And you can do it. So I don't want anyone that's letting fear creep up.
Gosh.
You can do it. Dr. GiTonya is a real live person here. You can do it. Don't let anything that's being said, claps coming in. Hey, Eric, claps coming in. Don't let anything deter you.
You can do it.
You can do it. And if there are people listening who say, you know, we have filled out grant applications and we didn't get anything. Don't be discouraged. Like, you know, keep going with it and keep going. And now this is why also it may be a good time to consider bringing in and aligning with someone like you with Granted. So your company, your consultancy company. So you've written grants. Certainly you are managing multiple $1 million grants. You have sat on review boards for grants. And so if somebody's going to be working with Granted, what types of services can you offer to the community?
So what I offer is the grant management cycle. So from concept to closeout and everything in between. And so I want to, in that big old process, I want to talk about this amazing thing called compliance, right? Yes. So compliance is huge because compliance means that you need to follow the terms and conditions of that grant. This is oftentimes overlooked because people get the money, sign off on the terms, but then forget about the terms. Ooh. So you need someone like me to help you with the full process. You apply, you get the money, you win the award. Now it's time to respond to the grantor by saying, yes, I agree with you on all these terms, which can be negotiated. So most people don't think they can be, but they can be. You know, it's a little wiggle room in there. And then what you have to do is continue to report out. People forget about reporting. It's a huge deal, especially for federal and state grants. For private funding, maybe not as much.
Yeah.
You expect them to put you in an annual report, expect them to utilize you for an event. So you will get it done some way, but it's going to be different. But any aspect of the grant management cycle, I'm your girl. I've done every aspect of it from beginning to end, from closing out on time, and getting extra money.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that happened to us as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can get extra money. Yeah.
And so I want to stick a pin here because I'm telling you, our time is flying. But the grants are, and welcome to all those that are popping in and out. We see you. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, man. Listen, let me come over to Instagram. I see you, Lady Joyce Sawyer, millions. I see you, Juicy, millions. I see you, Ayana, millions. I don't want to forget y'all. I don't want to leave y'all out. So there are grants that you, and this can be across all three categories that we're talking about: small businesses, ministries, nonprofits, not-for-profits. There are grants that you get where the foundation or whoever the grantor is giving you the money, and you unilaterally can go. You've presented how you would use it. You unilaterally can go and use the money how you would see, fit within what you said you would do. But then there are other grants where they're wanting programming. So they're saying, okay, we are looking for this type of programming. And when you win the grant or win the award, then the money is given to implement the program. So I wanted to make that distinction that there are grants where you might get $25,000 and you can use that to do whatever. But then there are other grants, which we have experience with, have done, where we had a year-long grant, praise God, that we had to deliver a program in exchange for, having the grant funding. So I wanted to, did you want to elaborate?
Yeah, let's talk about that because that's called being in alignment with the grantor. So most of your federal and state grants, you have to do exactly what they are telling you to do. So they have a mission. Right. And so their mission, they want to implement or they want to add you to the mission. So if it's a federal or state grant, they're going to tell you exactly what you're supposed to do. Now, you can't get that money and run with it and do whatever you want to.
Right.
It's federal dollars. And so there are legal consequences to not being in compliance of a federal or state grant, and really any grant, because what you don't want is to not be a good steward of your funding. Stewardship is important in grant sustainability. They will red flag your organization and you will not be able to get any additional funds. And so you don't want to be in that position where you're red flagged for not being a good steward of their, because the goal is that they want you to spend the money on their project. Right. You're doing it your own way, but they're still trying to support their mission, support their vision, their goals, their objectives. So there's not a lot of wiggle room there, but you still get the funding. You still can get operational costs and things that you will keep in your organization, even though you are doing something, for the bigger scheme of things. So you'll get all the good stuff out of it.
Absolutely.
In alignment with the grantor's mission.
Okay, wonderful. So in our last 5 minutes, those that are watching and listening, I'd love for you to share like 3 things. If they're sitting here saying, okay, I'm encouraged to go after grants, or if I've tried before and got, discouraged, I'm gonna jump back in. What are 3 things you would say, listening right now, that you would recommend that people do? And if you want to put it in categories, it's fine. Or if you want to answer generally, that's fine too. Did something happen? Look. Are we having a technical difficulty here? Can you hear me?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, but you were asking them to ask you.
Oh, I'm asking you, girl. I said, oh, let me dance. Maybe we're having a technical difficulty. 3 things that you want the listeners, because listen, they might can't type that fast. 3 things that listeners and viewers, if they're saying, I want to jump back in, what are 3 things you think that they should be doing?
Okay, so thank you for that. You're like, what's going on? So here you go. The first thing you should do to jump back in is to reach out to an expert. So reach out to me. You definitely get a free consultation, 30 minutes of just talking it through, having a conversation, getting over the fear, understanding that you can do this. It is trial and error. So walking into this it's kind of this no foul, no harm space. So you have some wiggle room in how you get it done. So I want you to just reach out and I can kind of walk you through that. So that's one thing you can do. You can also use your AI solutions. Why not? Use AI, especially if you use it all the time. You are a frequent user. It begins to know you. It knows exactly who you are. It knows what you're doing. So it can help you as well with feeling more confident, because the issue is about confidence. Feeling like you can do it. And then the last thing is that I need you to have some staying power. Even if you don't get it, let's keep on going. And here's the thing. I love editing. So I will edit your grant with you and make sure that, hey, this last time you didn't get it because of A, B, C, and D. So as a peer reviewer, I've seen really great proposals and some not so great proposals. And some of it is minor mistakes. Wrong font, wrong size, wrong parameters on the page. Easy things that we kind of miss because we're in a hurry to meet the deadline. So, of course, reach out to me for those kinds of things. But I want you to be confident in what you do. I don't want you to miss out on money because you're scared to apply. It's no harm, no foul. Apply. And you can start looking for grant funding. You said Google is your friend, any of the AI tools can do that research for you. So put AI to work in that respect. Oh my goodness! Shout out to Joy. She said, "Listen, Dr. Jai is just a go. I'm just here to support her, and you would be absolutely Joy. Yes,
you would be absolutely." Correct. And so, granted, I'm telling you what, we just gonna keep our eye out, on your business and all of that. And so, listeners and viewers, just jump over to Sharvette.com. We have a full blog post for Dr. Jai, and her connection points are there. So that's one of the easiest ways to say, if you're saying, oh, I need to talk to her about my organization. And so, the final question for you, the goal of this show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we want to know what continues to motivate you.
What continues to motivate me are opportunities that I did not see coming. I cannot believe the doors are just whipping themselves open, wide open, because what I am looking for is also looking for me. So I am excited about these opportunities. I've been seeking, I've been searching, and guess what? It's looking for me now. So I'm excited that we're in alignment. So I am motivating each of you to step out there, take some steps, baby steps. But guess what? What you get back is so much more just by stepping out. So I encourage you to step out and do what is inside of you. Those gifts, stir them up and get it going, y'all. Y'all can do it. So I'm excited for all of you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming and pouring into our audience. And you've graced the stage on our Platform Builder Summit twice. We're hoping we could get you again for 2026. Yes. Put you on the spot on air. But thank you so much for all of the work that you do. And I have personally had your services as as a grant consultant for us for a year. So I can testify as well for Mitchell Productions. So thank you so much for stopping by the studio.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. All right. Wow. Such good information. If you missed anything, you can go back to wherever you're listening or wherever you're watching and see the full episode. And again, if you're on, if you're saying, hey, how do I get in contact with Dr. GiTonya? Because I heard her say she does a 30-minute consultation that's complimentary. Go to Sharvette.com. We have a full blog post with her full bio and connection points. So you can connect with her on LinkedIn. You can connect with her on Instagram. You can connect with her on Facebook, and you'll be able to stay in touch with what she is doing. Thank you for being active. And in the chat, hey, Lachey, thank you for sharing all the gems. Absolutely. Hey, April Boyd, so amazing. Thank you, Dr. Jai. We're excited to have you all. All right, it is a wrap for me, because if you are in the mental health field, therapist, clinician, all of that, I'm getting ready. We're going to go over to the Zoom room. I'm doing a private complimentary Zoom in 29 minutes webinar. And so if you're saying, oh, I missed that, and I'm a therapist or I'm a clinician, licensed mental health professional, you should check it out. Or you can catch us the next one. And you'll see on Sharvette.com, there is a flyer there. Just click it or look down below in the show notes. And we would love to have you. All right. It's a wrap. We're going to see you all later on the web. And remember, follow, like, subscribe, share this information with someone. You know, sharing is caring. We'll see you all later. Bye.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Get Sharvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m. interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. This is the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.